boy, oh boy, is this man putting up a fucking act, because he is indeed they. She doesn't want them in the game. She wants them out. Y'all got my best friend out. Why the fuck would I work with y'all and keep y'all here? Hell the fuck no. We had Fessy even jumping through them while it's burning, like risking his fucking life. Like, I know you feel like Superman, but you're not. I need you to win this fucking game. The butt. Calm down, bitch. And she was riding so hard for Veronica, trusting Veronica, and Veronica is the reason why you got sent home. I don't know what's going through Shane and a little bit of Devon's head, but like, y'all really think y'all gonna beat Nani and Turbo at the end of this game? Talk about confidence. Talk about delusion. Talk about being hopeful and opportunistic. I can't even talk because I'm just shocked that they believe this shit. And that they will do this. Like, don't sleep on Nani. In my head, Nani won Spies, Lies, and Allies, and she won Ride or Dies, okay? Like, she is already a 2-time champ. Don't play my girl. See these two back together. I want to see if they're in the house again. Will they play together? They both are very strong, and we know now that they can work really well together. So it would be very intimidating to see Fessy and Amber alliance in the future on top of all their Big Brother Vacation Alliance people who are all mostly champions and also get really far in this game. It would be so amazing to see them dominate the game, and I would love to see them back. Welcome back to Pure Mayhem, where we review, react, and recap to all your favorite TV shows. And today, we're doing the Challenge All-Stars 5, Episode 7, the Challenge Rivals, okay? We're getting right into it, but before we do that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go! We start this episode off with Ashley and Dario talking about who the fuck is they, because they was messy last episode. Melissa's on the mission too because they got her best friend sent the fuck home and she's pissed. Amber tells the rest of the cast that Corey Lay were telling me that they is Frank and Veronica and to not fucking trust them in this game, and for Corey to tell me that, like, that's very odd. It's very insane. Amber really trusts Veronica, but she's like, why the fuck would Corey say this? So she's taking his word for it. Devon says that she's going really close to Nani and that they're kind of partners, ride or dies in this game, and she wants to ride it out with them. But Shane, he is best friends with Veronica. He knows that their alliances are still going after each other, and they're caught in the middle, but Veronica is his friend of 23 years, but Devon is his partner who has a good number one. Therefore, Veronica has kind of been pulling in Frank and Sam, and Shane doesn't like that. He feels like they are replacing his spot in the alliance. At the challenge, TJ tells the cast that they're going to be playing Blow Your Mind, and pretty much they're going to have to memorize a series of analog clocks and match them with the reference point station at the end of the course. But along the way, their board will be burning. Overall, this was a good challenge to see. I thought it was fun. It was nice to see their puzzle or whatever just burn. Like, we've never seen that before. We had even Fessy even jumping through them while it's burning, like risking his fucking life. Like, I know you feel like Superman, but you're not. I need you to win this fucking game. The butt. Calm down, bitch. But this is a timed event, and whoever has the most time zones correct the fastest wins. Dario and Ashley had this idea that they're just gonna, say check and make the other teams panic. And they fucking do. People just start hitting check, 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 not even knowing if they're done, not even understanding the puzzle at all. Katie and Veronica take this slow and steady because they know it matters about how much you have correct, not how fast you did it. Devon and Shane also hang in there and don't just say check right away. And Shane's like, he does this for his business. He talks in different time zones all the time. And they are runner-ups. But the ultimate winner of today's challenge was Katie and Veronica. Like, I did not see this one coming. But if there was any challenge where they didn't really have to work so fucking hard physically, of course they were gonna win. Like the people said, they're the smartest in the house. It's crazy that they came out on top this episode. Like, their alliance is really starting to take over this season, as we saw last episode with Frank and Sam winning. And now we know Veronica. Veronica is about to make a big ass move. I know for sure she's about to put in 2 strong teams. And if Frank and Sam almost put Fessy and Amber in and Nani and Turbo last time, I would not be shocked if Veronica did the same thing. The challenge, of course, Nani and Turbo, Fessy and Amber, Devon and Shane, all the other teams are wondering, like, who the fuck's going in? Like, and if we decide who goes in. We get to choose, like, okay, let's put in a weak team and let's go against them and get our fucking start. So they want to vote Frank and Sam as a house vote in hopes that maybe they can go down there and get them out. But in order for that to happen, they need 4 votes, which makes Melissa and Nicole in the middle. Veronica peace while they're out there. Everyone seems a little too calm. Like, there must be a plan going on. Like, no one's talking to us. Like, they don't feel like they're going to fuck in. Like, this is insane. So she makes moves. She realized that Melissa and Nicole are going to be the deciding vote, and her and Frank and Katie basically bully Nicole into choosing their side and saying, like, hey, if you don't vote with us, then I'm throwing you in. Melissa's pissed. She's pissed that she doesn't have control of the game right now. Her partner has something to do with it. Her best friend just went home because of they, which everyone thinks is Frank and Veronica at this point. And she doesn't trust them. She's pissed at them. She doesn't want them in the game. She wants them out. Y'all got my best friend out. Why the fuck would I work with y'all and keep y'all here? Hell the fuck no. But they're giving this ultimatum, like, if one of them end up in the house vote, aka Frank and Sam, or someone that I don't want, then I'm going to throw you in against them and you might go home. That works well enough for Nicole that she shook. That when it comes down to deliberation and nominating who's going to go up, they choose Fessy and Amber along with Frank and Sam, Katie and Veronica, and Ashley and Dario. And Fessy and Amber, they end up as the house vote tonight. Amber calls Frank out for being they, and she calls him the biggest snake of the house. She blows up her friendship with him and was just like, I can't believe you did that to me. Like, it really hurt. She starts crying. He's playing a little emotional right now. Devon even hears that Frank has even been threatening their team, so she also votes with Frank and Sam, putting her on the other side of the house. And her and Frank really get along well, so it's crazy that it's come to this, but Frank thinks that Shane is planting the seeds in Davon's head and in Amber's head, and he starts going off in nominations like, just because of my reputation doesn't mean that I'm a snake and I'm shady and I'm responsible for every bad thing that happens in this house. That's not how I played, and that's not how I've ever played. And he's just been like, he's tired of being the scapegoat. He's tired of being blamed just because he's smart, that he is the puppet master of everything in this house. But boy, oh boy, is this man putting up a fucking act, because he is indeed they. He's been planting seeds in everyone's ear the whole fucking season. And of course, he's not going to own up to it in front of everyone else. So I'm not shocked that this is his reaction. But some of it seemed a little bit genuine. Like, I don't know, like, I think he was actually mad. And the old kind of slipped up a little bit, because I'm good at reading people, and I think Shane is the gasoline in his fucking fire, because Shane is over here smirking. He's happy that Frank is acting like this. He wanted Frank to act like this, and he got exactly what he wanted out of Frank. And I think it's probably more so just making Frank a target, because Shane is knowing that it's getting towards the end of this game and I need him out so that my team that I want actually takes me to the end over him, who is indeed on a weaker team that they can possibly beat. So it's smart for Shane to try and make this move now. I think it's strictly a game move. I don't think it's anything crazy. I mean, we should be trying to get each other's out at this point, especially when certain teams are starting to become the deciding vote. In the jungle, Katie and Veronica decided to throw in Nani and Turbo, and no. I wanted one of these teams to win this season, so I am pissed. But of course, Veronica was going to make a big ass move like this. Like, we saw this coming. This is exactly what she wanted, and she got the outcome she wanted by scaring Nicole. And it's going to be a good elimination. Today's elimination is called Scratch Off, where pretty much they're going to have to scratch a puzzle board to reveal the image beneath and then recreate it on the other side. The first team to complete this puzzle wins today's elimination. Nani and Turbo get this done and they win today's elimination. It was close, but it looks like Nani and Turbo were the obvious leaders. What I found funny at first is that Nani and Turbo built this from the top down so their pieces kept falling. So I really thought they were gonna lose this elimination. But Turbo calls Nani over and he's like, Nani, I need your help. Like, stop looking at the puzzle, just come help me. And I think that is what caused them to win because he was able to hold the pieces up and then Nani was able to quickly just put them in. So it worked out well rather than building the bottom up where you're still trying to figure out like where the legs go compared to the faces and stuff. But hey, it worked out for them. I love seeing Fessie's and Amber's relationship this season. I felt like they both were just having a good season. I think Fessie was very likable this season. He has been over time. I feel like each season he gets better. Same with Amber. We see more of her like not being attacked or targeted. Like she was actually like, playing this game, moving around, and we can see how she really is strategically and socially without everyone being on her ass, mostly because of Pesty. And they just seem to really be good friends, and they had a great season. And I don't even think we've seen them fight once. When before, Amber did not even want to be in the same room as him. She would call him out. She would side eye him. It was not the best. But I think that this was their season to win. Unfortunately, they got screwed by their own friends. Well, Amber did, which is crazy. And she was riding so hard for Veronica, trusting Veronica, and Veronica is the reason why you got sent home. I would love to see these two back together. I want to see if they're in the house again. Will they play together? They both are very strong, and we know now that they can work really well together. So it would be very intimidating to see Fessy and Amber alliance in the future on top of all their Big Brother Vacation Alliance people who are all mostly champions and also get really far in this game. It would be so amazing to see them dominate the game, and I would love to see them back. We end this episode off with Shane having a conversation with Veronica, and she's telling him, like, if you think that I will choose Frank over you, you are wrong. Like, get that out of your fucking head. Like, that's never gonna happen. But Shane doesn't believe her. He's like, I feel like you're lying to my face right now. I feel like you will choose Frank over me. And the episode kind of just ends there. We're talking about a 23-year relationship almost being questioned right now, which is insane. This game really does that to you. Like, they are real life friends inside and outside of the game for so fucking long. And Frank, who Veronica may have just met, if I'm not wrong, is already taking over Shane's place. I don't know if it's jealousy. I don't know if him just trying to secure his spot as the team that Veronica brings to the end, because they're going to need each other if they're going to make it to this final, and they need to work together and need to find some kind of middle ground. And honestly, maybe Frank and Sam are not the best team to be in the middle of that. And they need to figure out who this third or fourth motherfucking team is going to be. Because Frank and Sam also come with Ashley and Dario. And if they wanted to work together, maybe that's who Davon's team should be. I mean, Ashley and Dario, Frank and Sam, Veronica and Katie, they are kind of the weakest teams here that are left besides, I'm sorry, Melissa and Nicole, based off just credibility wise. And so that might not be a bad move to do and get all four of their teams to the final / to the end and see what the fuck happens when y'all battle it out. Because I don't know what's going through Shane and a little bit of Devon's head, but like, y'all really think y'all gonna beat Nani and Turbo at the end of this game? Talk about confidence. Talk about delusion. Talk about being hopeful and opportunistic. I can't even talk because I'm just shocked that they believe this shit. And that they will do this. Like, don't sleep on Nani. In my head, Nani won Spies, Lies, and Allies, and she won Ride or Dies, okay? Like, she is already a 2-time champ. Don't play my girl. But with that, that is the end of the challenge All Stars Rivals, All Stars 5, Episode 7. Good night.